Good morning. Sometimes you are asked to demonstrate the structures in a cross section of the brain. The section may be coronal section or maybe sagittal section. Whatever may be the section, you are asked to demonstrate or to identify the different structures in this cross section. Before showing in the specimen, look at this diagram. Then I will show the structures in the viscera. This is the midline. Suppose if I show this on this side or right or left, here you will get one nucleus and you will get another nucleus on this side, and this is larger one to some extent, and this is some fibers, white fibers of brain passing through this. So this is the white matter. I am going to identify all these structures. First of all, let us draw. Here another nucleus is there, and this nucleus again divided by two segments. Outside this, there is another white matter is there, and outside that another grey matter is there. Again white matter, then the cortical matter or cortex. Like this is the cortex or cortical grey matter, and this is the sulcus. Let's identify the structures. This one, this is the midline, so it is anterior side, it is posterior side. This is midline, so it is anteromedial. This one is the caudate nucleus or head of the caudate nucleus, and this one is thalamus. So this is anteromedial, this is posteromedial to this structure. This structure is the internal capsule. Internal capsule. So if you are asked what is the boundary of internal capsule, the answer will be anteromedially caudate nucleus or head of caudate nucleus, posteromedially the thalamus, and laterally this larger nucleus. This nucleus is called the lentiform nucleus, the whole one, and it is divided by the external medullary lamina into two parts. One is putamen, the P stands for putamen, and this one is globus pallidus, GP. Again, this globus pallidus, it is divided into two segments. One is the inner segment or medial inner. This is inner and this is outer. In between these two segments, this lamina called internal medullary lamina. This is external medullary lamina, which divides the whole mass of lentiform nucleus into lateral putamen, medial globus pallidus. This globus pallidus again divided by internal medullary lamina into outer segment and inner segment. Then come to more lateral side. This is again another capsule. This is called the external capsule. External capsule. This one internal capsule. This is external capsule. So the lentiform nucleus bounded medially by the internal capsule and laterally by the external capsule. And the boundary of internal capsule again anteromedially caudate nucleus, posteromedially thalamus, and laterally putamen and globus pallidus, or in other words lentiform nucleus. Then next to the external capsule, this is the grey matter, which is called the claustrum, claustrum, but it is a mass of grey matter, but the function of which is not known or rather unknown. And external to this claustrum is the extreme capsule, extreme capsule. So we got three capsules: internal capsule, external capsule, and extreme capsule. In between the external and extreme capsule is the grey matter called claustrum, which is the part of the basal ganglia. Then lateral to the extreme capsule, this is the cortex called the insular cortex or insular cortex, and this is the depth of the lateral sulcus. So if we like to see the insular cortex, we have to go through the lateral sulcus. That means by separating the frontal lobe and temporal lobe in the region of lateral sulcus, we can see the insular cortex. This is insular cortex. So I repeat, from medial to lateral, what are the structures we got? This is caudate nucleus, this is thalamus, internal capsule, then lentiform nucleus is two parts, globus pallidus and putamen, then external capsule, then rostrum, then extreme capsule, then insular cortex, out of which is the lateral sulcus. So all these structures I will show you in the specimen. This specimen is particularly, it is the sagittal section, but I will show you both the sagittal section and coronal section of the cerebral hemisphere. There you can see all these structures. So let us see the cut section of the cerebral hemisphere. Here we will see the structures in the cut section of the cerebral hemisphere. And this is one hemisphere. If we cut this section in this way, in this line, so it will be the sagittal section. And if we cut the brain in this way, there is a coronal section. And we will see the structures both in the coronal section and in the sagittal section. And this is one sagittal section of brain. This one. I have shown you in my drawing the structures in the sagittal section of the cerebral hemisphere. Here we will see that structures or those structures which already I have drawn in the blackboard. This is the medial side, this is lateral side, this is anterior side, this is posterior side. If you see this anteriorly, this one, there is one nucleus. This one, this is the caudate nucleus, head of the caudate nucleus. And posteriorly and medially, this is another nucleus here. This is thalamus. The caudate nucleus having three parts, head, body and tail. But all the three parts are not in the same plane. So we cannot get all the three parts in one section. In this section we can see only this one. So caudate nucleus anteromedially, thalamus posteromedially. Then these white fibers here, this is the internal capsule, is anterior limb, then genu, then posterior limb. Lateral to the internal capsule, this nucleus is grey matter, this is lentiform nucleus. Because it is look like a lens, so it is lentiform nucleus. Lentiform nucleus having two parts, one medial part called globus pallidus, which is a part of the peliostratum. This is putamen. This putamen is a part of the neostratum. Again, this globus pallidus and putamen divided by external medullary lamina. And the globus pallidus is again divided by internal medullary lamina into medial segment or inner segment and outer segment. So both these globus pallidus and putamen, they are the part of the corpus striatum. But the globus pallidus is a part of peliostratum and putamen is a part of the neostratum. And caudate nucleus also is a part of the neostratum. So neostratum, which include the caudate nucleus and the putamen and the peliostratum, is globus pallidus, together called the corpus striatum. Corpus means body and striatum means they are striated in appearance, because there are so many fibers runs through this nucleus, so they are striated in appearance. So the name is corpus striatum. Again I am telling you, corpus striatum means it is having two parts, neostratum and peliostratum. Neostratum means caudate nucleus and the putamen, and peliostratum means globus pallidus. So together this globus pallidus and putamen, they are called the lentiform nucleus. And lateral to this lentiform nucleus, this sheet of white matter, this one, it is called the external capsule. And lateral to the external capsule, this is the mass of grey matter, this thin sheet of grey matter, this is called claustrum, but the function of the claustrum is not clear, it is not known. Thus, lateral to the claustrum is another layer of the white matter. This is called extreme capsule. So, between the extreme capsule and external capsule is a grey matter called claustrum, and between the external capsule and internal capsule is called the lentiform nucleus, and medial to lentiform nucleus or medial to the internal capsule is the caudate nucleus and thalamus. Again, this is external capsule and this is extreme capsule. So, lateral to extreme capsule, this cortical mass is the insular cortex, this one. So, from medial to lateral, if I repeat, what are the structures we can see? The caudate nucleus, thalamus, internal capsule having 3 parts, then lentiform nucleus having 2 parts, putamen, globus pallidus, then external capsule, then claustrum, then extreme capsule, then insular cortex. And the insular cortex laterally related to the lateral sulcus. So, these are the all structures in the sagittal section of the cerebral hemisphere. And if we see the coronal section here, this is the coronal section which divides the brain into 2 halves, anterior half and posterior half. In both the halves you will see here, yes, this is corpus callosum, this one, and here it is lateral ventricle, and if I turn it, here you can see the caudate nucleus, then thalamus, and this is internal capsule here. A lateral to internal capsule is the lentiform nucleus, this one. Then it is external capsule, then it is thin sheet of grey matter, claustrum, then extreme capsule, then this is insular cortex, and this is lateral sulcus. So, same thing we will see here also. In addition to that, here you can see the lateral ventricle. Here also in this section we can see the lateral ventricle. These 2 are lateral ventricle. This is septum pellucidum in the middle, then this is fornix, and here this one is the 3rd ventricle, it is thalamus of this side, thalamus of this side. So, in between 2 thalamus is the 3rd ventricle here, and again internal capsule, then this is lentiform nucleus, again external capsule, claustrum, extreme capsule, insular cortex and lateral sulcus. So, the other structures we can see in the cut section, either coronal or sagittal section of the cerebral hemispheres.